So there's a video that I saw that involved a traffic stop with Young Thug and an officer, and the title of the video is Young Thug goes back and forth with an officer, yeah, over a traffic ticket or something like that. But it eludes that there was actually, wisdom inside of there. It escapes or tries to avoid that you can actually learn something by just viewing this particular video. So I wanted to share that video with you, and I wanted to, make a comment about it because, some things, needs to be addressed. So check it.
All right, Mr. Williams. I'm gonna get you to sign for me right here on the X. It's just gonna be reckless driving. Nah, I gotta give you a ticket. You almost hit the back of my patrol car, man. You did. We got dash cams rolling. Wow. You guys are flying. You're going over 100 miles an hour down on Metro.
Can I please get a warning? Please.
You gotta get the ticket, man. It ain't gonna hurt you. Come on now.
I don't think I can take the ticket.
Why can't you take a ticket? Bro, there's people that make $20,000 a year and take tickets.
I just got my license. It ain't about the money. You can have it. It ain't about nowhere near about the money.
Just take the ticket, man.
Well, how about if I do 100 push-ups?
100 push-ups? Nah, I can't do that.
All right, let's race.
Hey, here's my thing, man.
Let's race.
I got.
Let's race.
In the cars?
No.
No, foot race?
Yeah. If I beat
I got this gear
no
on.
ticket. If
I
you
got
beat
this
me,
gear on. But hey, here's the thing, man.
2,000.
Is why should you be treated any different than anybody else?
Because,
You know, my beats over on Lakewood, those people are struggling. I give them tickets too.
Right. But
So why should you be treated any different?
because I'm a taxpaying citizen.
So am I. I get tickets all the time. GSP always tickets me.
I wouldn't ever give you a ticket.
But you're not in my position. How's it gonna look if I go out on my beat on Lakewood and I ticket someone who works 80 hours a week for $20,000 a year, but I'm not gonna ticket you? It doesn't make sense.
But
You gotta see where I'm coming from, man. I can't be sideways.
I understand where you're coming from.
So
But have you ever did something and you want it and you seek for forgiveness?
yeah.
You want it to be forgiven.
But here's my thing. How many people have been struck and killed in the last week in Georgia? In Atlanta?
I don't know.
You know how many times I showed up to a dead body that got hit by a car? Just this past week?
Yeah. You're right.
You think that's something I want to see?
But if I was a cop and the person told me, I'll be like, I might have slapped him like, you fucking dickhead, I want to give you a ticket.
I don't want to slap
so fucking bad. But you told me that your license,
Here's
you
my
just
thing,
got
man.
your license back, nigga.
I've
I ain't gonna get your
seen
license.
one too many bodies.
I promise I won't do it again.
I've seen one too many bodies, man. You know how many of those homeless people that work over there at 1919 that you were headed to? They're out in the streets picking up stuff for $20 a night?
Yeah, but I paid.
What if you hit one of them? You would have ended their life for no reason.
Right.
I'll give you a copy of this real quick, and then you guys can be on your way to get to the club. You just got to see it from our point of view, man. All right, I hope you have a good night.
So the officer pulled over Young Thug, and he was going, he said 100 miles an hour, and he almost hit the officer by just flying up, up the highway, and almost ran into the officer. So he gave him a ticket for reckless driving. Young Thug wanted to be excused, and being that he was a celebrity or a superstar, he's actually a superstar. He's a mega star, and he believed that he could have received different treatment than the others, than anybody else that might have been in that same situation. But the officer was a righteous person. As you can see, that he didn't accept a bribe. He didn't accept anything other than what he would do for somebody else in that position. And Not only that, but he had concern for the welfare of homeless, of the poor. And this goes into the Proverbs 29, 7. It says that a righteous man cares about the welfare of the homeless, but the wicked has no concern. So when you don't have any concern for the welfare of others, particularly those that are less fortunate, those that are afflicted, those that are without, then these constitute what it means to be wicked. We think that wicked is, just mean people. And that's sometimes it's just people who care less about the affairs of others. So if you wanted to go into what it actually says, this is Proverbs 29, verse 7. It says, a righteous man knows the rights of the poor. A wicked man does not understand such knowledge. And that the righteous cares about justice for the poor, but the wicked have no such concerns. So, as you see Young Thug going back and forth with the officer, as stated on, it's not a argument back and forth. It's just let me not get that ticket. Let me not. Please don't give me a ticket. I just got my license back. So right, it wasn't the case of him not wanting to accept his fault. It was just a simple fact that he just got his ticket. He just got his license back, and the ticket may, damage his good reputation or his driving record. And the officer was reluctant to accept anything other than what he was supposed to or what he was required to do. These are the type of officers we need. See, officers, there's nothing wrong with police. It's just something wrong with police that don't enforce the law lawfully. There's people that are set up to do certain things outside of law, and these are what you would have a problem with. People that use excessive force, people that abuse their authority, these are the officers that you're actually have a problem with. But as far as the officers, they're here to keep us safe. These are peace officers. And this is what you're required to do. You're supposed to police not just traffic, not just crime, but also the welfare of others. And he had concern for the homeless that makes $20 a night by cleaning up and keeping the area clean. See, this is something that was new to me. That was like a breath of fresh air to me. Like, whoa, it's homeless people that's going around cleaning up at night for $20. That's good. That's good. This is how you make use of those that you might deem useless, but they're useful because they have a certain role to play in this world. But if we don't incorporate them into the function of our society, then they'll be left useless. But this is how you combat homeless. You make them useful. You create things for them to do that they can do inside of their means. So I was when I heard that, I said, "Oh, this is homeless, 20. That's good." Now, they're no longer homeless if you give them vouchers for hotels. And not only that, you give them vouchers for clothes. Now you're doing something to combat homelessness. If you even just give them a room for a night, even if you give them a voucher for a hotel room for one night, they're no longer homeless. They're just the helpful. These are people that you can use to help you in any kind of situation that you deem necessary. So if we was to do that collectively all around, there'll be no more homeless. And now you combated a situation. You combated something that was an ongoing thing for centuries. Like I told you before, this goes all the way back to ancient Rome, with the homeless. And what they used to do with the homeless was they would employ them, but they would still keep them homeless. They would get the homeless to fill up auditoriums so there'd be no empty seats. This is one of the things that is done in certain places. They would get the homeless to fill in auditoriums, and then it would seem like it's a sold out show. So these are things that have been instilled or incorporated into this world. And, you know, we have to take them from being homeless to being helpful. This is where you get the help. You can get them to do all sorts of jobs and carry out all sorts of roles in this world where you might just be missing certain aspects of this world that's going unaddressed. So I wanted to share that with y'all because it was real insightful, not just for me, but for anybody else that saw it, because some things get overlooked. Like that traffic stop probably got overlooked, and they probably never even heard what the officer, this is a righteous man. As you can see, he was a righteous man. He did a right thing. You know, he didn't, you know, bend the law for someone that was a higher status, made more money than him, and had a, you know, he might have even been a fan of his music, but he still treated him the same way he would have treated a person with a regular 9-to-5. And one of Young Thug's his defenses was he's a taxpaying citizen. And not only that, the officer said, hey, I'm a taxpaying citizen too, and I can get a ticket the same way everybody else could, even me being an officer. And this is how it's supposed to go. No favoritism. No favoritism. This is how you deal with fear. This is how you deal with fear, being fair in a fair world. So, you know, these things, that these institutes that they have set up where law doesn't apply to me or this doesn't apply to them, all these things have to be abolished in order for the world to move forward in a more humane fashion. Because, oh, I'm a part of this, so that don't apply to me. Oh, he's a part of that, so he gets the best jobs. No, all that has to go out the window, especially if you're trying to do or incorporate something new into the world. So I just wanted to share that with y'all because I found it very insightful, and there was wisdom inside of that video. You know, care about the welfare of others. Don't just be selfish. There's a lot of selfish people that pretend or try to carry themselves righteously, but they don't care about the welfare of others. And you always have to be mindful that you're not here, you know, for yourself. You're here as a collective unit of people. And yeah. So we have to start making solutions for certain things that we can have some sort of resolve for. And homelessness is one of them. And this is one thing that if you're a part of a certain religion, one of your duties is to care for the homeless, feed the hungry, and house those that have no shelter. Remember, foxes and rabbits have holes, but the Son of Man had no place to lay his head. So being that you know these things, it's your duty now to combat those situations so the Son of Man has some place to lay his head. I just wanted to share that with y'all. You know, peace.